Hello, welcome to my home. If you're new here, my name is Karen, and I mostly want to do an organizing and decluttering project with the sideboard in my dining room. But first, I wanted to get these windows clean. This particular window was where we had put the air conditioner last summer, and when I popped out the air conditioner, I never did clean it. So it has a lot of dirt and debris from having it open with the air conditioner. You really can't see it as dirty as it is here on film, but spiders get in and it just becomes a mess. Pine spills get everywhere. They even go through screens. Not that I have a screen on this window because we never put the screen back in when we took out the air conditioner. Why am I doing this when it's still dark in my bathrobe? Well, this is a little truth bomb for you. I know from the last video that I did last week where I did windows that with the light that comes through a window, it just makes lighting impossible for a video. So my little truth bomb here is that I did this at 7 o'clock in the morning while it was still a little bit dark outside for lighting purposes. So don't feel badly that you don't get up and get cleaning at 7 o'clock in the morning. Although I bet some of you, if you work outside the home, you probably do have to do little projects before any of us are really had our cup of coffee. Something else I wanted to talk about right away in this video is because I'm posting more often. In fact, I've been posting every day except for Saturdays. And I don't know if that's a pattern that's going to continue or if some point I'll be able to also put up a video on Saturday. Right now, I've just needed a day to catch my breath. But anyway, because I'm posting every day and you see me doing a project every day, there are people who are saying, oh my goodness, you're working so hard, you make me look lazy. And I bet you that you do some sort of housework every single day, whether it's dishes and laundry, unless you have some sort of a health issue that prevents you from doing so. Maybe it's laundry, maybe it's dishes, maybe it's floors. So, for example, you saw me cleaning in my basement in one of the videos last week. That was 45 minutes out of my entire day. So if I'm making a 30-minute video, you're talking about an hour that I'm working, and then it's giving me a 30-minute video. So I just want you to understand that that's not my entire day. As I continue to learn and grow, I will be able to show you little snapshots of my day and the other things that I'm doing. So I got the windows done, and then I was having my breakfast and doing my little morning things and sitting down and having coffee with my husband. And then I get back to the dining room, and then I do a certain amount of the dining room. And then he and I went out to lunch. We went to a new Mexican restaurant in our town, which was so exciting because it was genuine Mexican food with Spanish-speaking waiters, which my husband loves to practice his Spanish, so that was fun. And then we went out to Lowe's in a neighboring town where we were looking for storage for the nails and the screws for the organizing project we have going down in the basement that you will see. Of course, Leo, he has to be involved. So this is after I've had my coffee, had some breakfast, relaxed for a little bit, and it's about 10 o'clock in the morning now, whereas I was doing the windows at 7 in the morning. So if you are new, I have 7 children. My oldest is 30. He's married, 2 kids in Alabama, another married son in Illinois, another son about to get married, finishing up college in North Carolina, and then 4 daughters who live with us at home. Our 2 youngest, one of them is homeschooling her senior year, and another is a junior in public high school. So I used to homeschool a lot more kids at once. The most I've ever homeschooled at once was 6, so I needed a lot more storage, but I don't need as much storage. I love hidden storage. I don't actually want anyone to see anything. I want it to look like no one lives here. So I'm showing you this sideboard, which has kind of been taken over by homeschool office supply, and I would like to condense it. On the bottom there, that's a projector and a laptop of one of my daughters. So I'd like to condense it because my husband has been working in the dining room and I've actually been working in our bedroom. I also never got to show you what I did with the top of the sideboard, so I put flowers down that I got at the grocery store. So this is a box of stuff I took out of our room. It was kind of on top of the very small storage area, and I really was having a hard time looking at it every day. Those I had said I was going to declutter didn't. This goes in with my other office stuff in the cathedral room. This is a book that I'm going to send over to Goodwill because I don't read books twice, and I am done with that book, so it's going right to Goodwill. My intention is to have one full section, so basically half of the sideboard, for things that my husband needs on a daily basis because he's been working right where I'm standing and he can just reach over and get everything that he needs. So I'm putting some things away that were in that box, like I still had a couple of Christmas ornaments, and then this one that I broke, I need to glue it back together. So I'm setting that one aside again. This one didn't fit, so I'm putting this breakable ornament in there, and I need to bring those to the basement right now. As I was saying a couple of months ago, that it's just important to complete the cycle, or else you have just another pile and another job, and that does happen. That's why that box was sitting in my living room that I'm now decluttering. Is I intended to do it the very next day and it just didn't happen. Life got away with me. So it's happening today, finally. Luckily, it was in the living room, so I didn't put it in the basement where I could forget about it. Thankfully, it was stuff that my husband needed daily, so he kept asking me where his things were. So now I'm decluttering. There were a lot of papers in there from bills that we pay and things from our medical savings. And so my husband's standing on the other side and I'm handing him some things for him to go through. He does deal with an awful lot of our mail and a good portion of our bills, and definitely all of the medical insurance stuff, since he does work for the medical insurance company that we are insured by. So I'm making sure I go through all the mail. I am setting aside the things that need to be filed. I am not going to do that right now because I do want to do a video on decluttering paperwork and getting our papers ready for tax season. And so I'm just setting those aside for now because one of my daughters is in that room where my filing cabinet is, and I know that she doesn't want to be filmed. So this is kind of the truth bomb. I really want to be so very honest so that you can see behind the scenes how I make these decisions. Normally, I give myself a time frame, and then whatever doesn't get done will be saved for later, like I did in my last basement video. But for the dining room, I really wanted to get it done in this day. It is Saturday for me, and so I have an hour or so, maybe an hour and 15 minutes before my husband and I go out to lunch. I'm giving myself that time, and then if it's not done, I am going to do it when I get home, which is what I ended up doing, because it's a dining room and I don't want it to be a mess for days until I get back to it. The other reason was this is a video that I wanted to go up the very next day. So in order to do that, I wanted to finish this project. So, I just want you to remember that when you compare, I mean, my job really and my desire, my heart is to motivate you and to help you in your home. But at the same time, in order to do that properly and honestly, you have to know what goes into my decisions and, put it in a framework so that it doesn't make you feel badly about whatever you're able to get done or not get done in a day. There are people who are motivational speakers, and I see myself as a motivational doer. I am so thankful to have a job where I can help people, and this is something that I'm trying to grow. I by no means make enough for anyone to live on at this point on YouTube, but I am so thankful to have a job where I help people, but it's not going to help you if you think that I am Superwoman, because I am not. At the same time, I want you to understand that sometimes I have to finish a project because I see it as my job. Also, before I forget, there is a thank you that I need to give. Before Christmas, somebody gave me a super thanks. If you look underneath a video, and I'm going to use Michelle of My Everyday Wife Life because she's also doing a Take Back Your House series. So if you're liking my series, you might want to pop over and see what she's doing. While I'm emptying this drawer, look at this picture of Michelle's channel. Underneath her video, to the right-hand side, there's a little heart and it says thanks. Well, if you click on that heart, you can donate to your favorite YouTube creator. And somebody did that. And it came to $26 and something cents for me. And I don't know if that's because YouTube took a cut or if that's what was given. Either way, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. That is very huge to me. I never expected it. And whoever it was, I don't know, it said click here to see the comment that's associated with it. I clicked on it. I couldn't see anything, but I did just want to take a minute and thank you. I don't know who you are, but thank you so very much. I so appreciate that sweetness. Back to my project, I am using the Mrs. Meyer's basil scent. I love this scent so much. It's like having the best ever candle going, and I'm just using it to clean any debris. I did vacuum first because it's a lot less messy. I have a lot of debris from pencils that gets down on the liners, and I was thinking it is time to replace these liners, but since I can't do that today, I want to just wait and go ahead and use them. My little decluttering method today is to take out anything I don't want in the drawer. I mean, it's that simple. It's saying I am not responsible to house things that we don't need. I'm probably going to donate the glue sticks that are still in the package, and then we'll keep the ones that are loose. We just don't use glue sticks that much, and we're going to put them down with the crafts. I was going to keep one ruler and get rid of the other one, but I thought nobody uses rulers anymore. I'm just going to declutter it. What would it be, $1 at the dollar store? And so a lot of these things like that will go down with our games. They're just going to go where things go. That will go in Yvonne's drawer, so she has it if she needs to sharpen a pencil. We used to have all their school stuff. Everybody's done with geometry. I don't need to keep all of these things. So a lot of this can get donated where we're down to the final years of homeschooling, and these things are not going to get used. And then I went through my calculators. One was a regular calculator. Everybody has a calculator that's in school. And then one was a scientific calculator, so we'll keep the scientific one, and we will donate the other one. So my thought here is figure out where the stuff's going that you actually need. Find if there's other places where stuff should go that we should keep, and everything else just gets edged out and has to go. It always amazes me. Every decluttering project leads to another decluttering project. Even if you think that you don't have much that needs to be decluttered in your house, everyone leads to another one. So I'm thinking the craft stuff has to be decluttered, or it's not going to fit in the box where I have craft stuff. Also, instead of a junk drawer, I have these like 8.5 by 11 organized boxes under my stairs, and some of the things like Sharpies go in there, spare pens, anything that you would put in a junk drawer, the compact strips. I always say that wrong. I don't know if that's what they're called, but the sticky strips and little everythings that you would put in a junk drawer, because that way I don't have a junk drawer, which makes me very happy. But that does need to be decluttered again. I'm seeing that there's things that have to go in, and every time I do a video, I say I'm going to label that thing, and I have labeled it, and then I take labels off, so I need to relabel those again. So while I'm doing this decluttering project, I am realizing I'm causing other decluttering projects to take place. Also, I put that stapler in, it's going to come out. I put the headphones in, it's going to come out. I rarely get it right the first time. Definitely not a professional organizer. I'm right along with everybody else, just trying to figure this out as I go. So I had these coloring pages we did when we had no power over Christmas. So the ones that are colored I can get rid of. Nobody's going to want those. And then the coloring books I can put in the basement in case we do lose power again. It will go with the craft stuff. But these papers, the colored ones and the scrapbooking ones, I thought I would use them in my planner, and I just haven't. So they are also going to get donated. I hesitated because Valentine's Day is almost here, but I really don't think they're going to get used. So they ended up going in a box to go to Goodwill. And then this is the paper that I have for the printer. The printer is stored right under this drawer. And then what we did was we had drilled a hole in the back of the sideboard so that we could plug in the printer, and it is my favorite thing I've ever done because, like I said, I don't like to see things. So when we need to use the printer, we just open the cupboard doors and we're able to print. But you know what? That is getting less and less. So I decided to put the staples there, the staplers and the staples as well. That worked out really great. But less and less are you having to print papers to give to school. More and more you're just sending those things electronically, but we still do need to use the printer from time to time. So I also put the hole punch in there, and now I can set up the drawer that my husband is going to be utilizing. So cords, cords, cords. Everywhere is cords. So what I'm doing is taking out all of the cords, and I'm putting this one I had taken out. It's where we charge one of my daughter's phones at night. Her phone goes in our bedroom. So that's kind of how we've handled electronics. We didn't want phones in bedrooms until someone is 18. And the reason we picked 18 is because a lot of our kids went to college, so their electronics are in their room. And so that's just kind of what naturally happens. And if you're under 18, your electronics go in my bedroom overnight. So I'm Velcroing cords to the table there, or the desk, and my husband has an older Apple laptop, and I did put the charging cord there. It'll probably get moved to out here. I'm just kind of rearranging these little boxes, and when you saw me going through my kitchen drawers, and I had these black little rectangles that I put utensils in, the smaller one that I have in here is from that same package. So I'm putting, my husband does Optavia with me, and so I'm putting his fuelings, is what we call the foods, into a box so that he can just grab them. And then these were the little cords that he had beside his laptop. So I knew he needed to keep those. And so what I do is I bring him in the room and I say, what are the ones that you're going to be using? Just you. Everybody else has their own chargers. And we used to keep everybody's chargers in this little box, but we don't anymore. I think I got this on Temu, honestly. You can get them pretty cheap just about anywhere.
All I want you to do is, these are things you had by your workstation. You already have one of these, because you have that one, right?
That particular one goes with everybody's AirPods. That's basically what it's for.
Right, okay, so we'll keep one for...
It's also the new version for phones. Yep. Go ahead.
Crecia, Yvonne, Crecia, Yvonne, Rachel. They all have their own chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ava needs chargers, downstairs for herself. I have put the one back in there that she needs for her phone. This would be, she doesn't have AirPods, never mind. I'm not getting rid of any of these. I'm deciding what needs to be in here for you.
Yeah, there was, you took the black one. This is in a, this goes in this case here, this case. This belongs in here. This goes with my work phone, so if I have to return it, I gotta return it.
Okay, that's why I kept the cases.
Not that anybody's gonna want their ears in my ears, but that is what it. That's why I do it. This is actually, I use it as a cup holder, so it's not actually an ear thing. But
well, we're keeping it.
Yeah, this one is a set of iPhone headphones, and I had a correct connector, but I don't anymore, so I'll have to try and get it back or something. Or just pick up another one. They're ridiculously. But anyway, that's basically what those things are. Sorry. I didn't want to mess up what you had.
You're good. I just...
Yeah. So, you want to look at these other ones? Is that what you're...
Yep. To see if there are any that would need solo for you, I mean just for you, to be in here.
So this one is important because it's the only one that's a regular USB. It's not the USB-C.
Yep.
So sometimes you have to have one of those. Or you just can't function.
Like I said, I'm not planning to get rid of any of these cords.
These are all extras.
Yep.
Right, extra of the same type of thing there.
And this, what about this one?
That is...
Is that the same as this one?
No, this is a USB 2 to USB 3 hook-in, which is kind of like the way my work phone is. Also, I think you have something that uses...
Probably a vacuum cleaner. No, I don't have anything that uses that end.
I don't know, maybe charging that little vacuum you have.
Right, which fell behind my closet, just so we're clear.
This is for my older phone, so I can put it with the phone.
Okay.
But that's basically what that is. Those are all extras. This is for Oh, that's a square one. This is an odd one. It's for like some of the older things.
Do we use or have you?
I mean, I can put it in my drawer in my bedroom.
What about this?
Out of the way.
Isn't that the same as that one?
That is the same as all of
Okay,
these.
so those are all extra. So these are the only ones that you really need. And then this one, Robin, could go right here.
Yep, I keep that one with my laptop. Works.
Whew, we got through that. Oh my goodness, I didn't understand half of what he was saying. So I'm just putting that in the drawer so it's very accessible to him. And then I'm cleaning out. This is where I keep books that Yvonne hasn't done yet for school, as well as my teacher's manuals. And then I had one of my daughters. Oh, and I was going to use that. That is a really great holder for laptops. I was going to use this, but I had a problem.
Oh no, it doesn't even fit. This big fat thing. Okay, I guess I'm just getting that one.
Your laptop is overweight.
Luckily, I had this second holder that is wider. It's plastic, and it was actually where all of that paperwork was stored that you saw me declutter. So this is going to give me some accountability. And then I put the metal one over to the side beside the projector where my youngest daughter keeps her laptop. And then I am also cleaning out Yvonne's shelf. I'm taking out books that she's already finished with so that she doesn't need as many books there, and just getting any little things out that she's not going to need for the rest of the school year. And so I put everything in, and I realize, oh, of course, Leo has to help me. I realize that the way I put the notebook in makes the books slide down, so I need to put the slant the other way. I'm letting you see Leo playing. I finally put the notebooks the other way so that they slant toward the side of the sideboard so that they don't slide around and will stay put. It'll probably stay organized for about 5 minutes. And her calculator's there too. And then I put the books that I need for her homeschooling, or my husband needs, since he's been doing most of that lately, over on the side. And so that gives up some empty space, which of course Leo thought would make a really cool clubhouse. So he thought this would give him a great vantage point to what I'm doing. And then I had got these hooks. So this is now after we had gone out to lunch, because I know I bought those hooks at Lowe's to put the headphones. So I do have to position them just right so that they don't bump into things that I have stored in the sideboard. So this side was easy because I didn't have as much in there. Look at Leo. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. He's so cute. He keeps me company with all of my little projects, and he keeps me laughing. I took a couple pictures that I can put up on Instagram, and maybe I'll put it up on my community page too to advertise this video. Look at him. Oh my goodness. So those are headphones that my husband sometimes uses, so I put those there. And then this was the cord to my youngest, her headphones, so I put those in a little white box that I had cleaned out. Now look, I thought I did a good job. I stuck it on, and then I'm going to close that thing and realize, ugh, it's hitting the projector and I can't close. So the only way I know is to ruin one of these little sticky things and to start over. So then I get another one, and this time I think, okay, you got to test it before you actually stick it on there, Karen. So that one's a little bulkier for headphones, and that worked. So I'm pretty happy about that. I was pretty excited that I thought to put the headphones on the door because they're kind of bulky. And then there's extra space. I'm just going to put my husband's laptop holder there, which is going to make me pretty happy because I realize that I actually have extra space if he decides he needs other things, because there is still that little piece of furniture beside the desk that has a bunch of stuff in it. I would like to declutter it, but you know what? I'm not going to mention that to him today. This drawer is just going to stay the way it is. I'm not going to mention that to him today because I don't want to overwhelm him. We'll just do that when we do that. And of course, I will take you along for it. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, there's so much taking back my house I need to do, reorganizing it for the phase of life we're in now. Aren't those things always changing? So subscribe if you're new, and remember that God loves you and I love you too. And I can't wait to see you next time.